RiseMag.com.
Your captain speaking. For the next little bit of time here, we're going to be hanging out. Good to see you all. Hello. Hi.
Yes. I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, please. Roll on, let them hit me. Love game intuition. Play the cards of space to start.
So anyway, I just want to thank you guys for coming. We're going to have such a great time. Come on in, everyone have a seat. It's really fun. I see a lot of fun stuff going on. It's a lot of fun, like a Captain America bag. Oh my God. I love everything I see. I see a Pokemon. I see that guy over there. And I think I saw you one night late when I was walking home from my sorority. And I see CL and the brothers Romano, Italy. It's a lot of fun.
Anyway, guys, hi. It's so good to see everybody. Yes, very nice. Hello. Yeah, I'm Bruno. So there's a lot of snow going on. I'm not a fan of the snow. It's fine because I just got back from. I was at KawaiiCon last weekend, so that's in Hawaii. And that was a lot of fun. There's no snow there, by the way. Have you guys, do you guys know what I mean, I heard that like last week it was like 60 degrees, right?
It's lovely.
How many people are from this area? Everybody wants to be a cat. How many people flew in from somewhere? What's the furthest, where did you come from?
There's no joking. There's no kidding that happens in this town. You must come from somewhere. I'm watching you.
That's near Buffalo, yes. Where, someone else? Is there someone in the center? Where are you from?
Space.
Space? Or if you're from the land of the Superman movies, there's wind and air in space. So that's very cool. You know what I thought was funny, because you have a, yes, where are you from?
What? Oh, sorry, Florida?
The land of oranges, Mickey Mouse, and old people.
Oh, hi everybody. Yeah.
separated. We just stay together for the public image. So, you know what's cool about this? This is very cyclical, I feel like, because we're at a college. How many people are currently going to school here? How many people are about to graduate this year? How many people are supposed to graduate this year, but you're not? Okay. You know what I learned is, like, a lot of times when you go to colleges, people are like, I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm gonna continue my schooling and continue my education. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. And let me tell you something. You better continue your education.
You better keep learning.
Because if you notice, if you look at superhero movies, what do for the first half of the movie? They learn.
Are you sure?
Spider-Man learned how to use his webbing. He learned that he could climb up walls. Batman took off for 7 years to learn how to fight, to learn about the criminal mind. Superman had to go to the Fortress of Solitude to learn who he was. So as you can see, Luke goes to Dagobah to learn about the Force. So if you're sitting there thinking like, I don't know if I want to do education. I don't know if I want to learn. Being smart is for dummies. It's not. Being smart is cool. Because if you don't take time to learn and be smart, you wind up having viewing parties in the basement. And you don't want to do that, because then you get a reputation. No, but it's cool. All the staffers here are so smart. I was talking about when I went to college. I was like, man, I did 18 semester hours. I was like, oh, it was so exciting. And they're like, we do 20. What's your problem? But no, it's very cool to come back to the collegiate setting. I want to have one of these consoles that travels with me everywhere. I can like touch things and they happen. Like blank image. Like, you know, I think I know what that does, but does that make you all blank? Does it blank my image, like in my head? I'm like, oh my God, I can't see. I don't know. Doc Cam 2. There's a doctor. His name is Cam 2, and he pops out. This is a VCR. I won't touch that button. But it's cool to see everybody. I'm glad we're here. This is awesome. It's good to be back. It's been like 4 years since I've been here. So everybody's grown up a little bit. Everybody's matured. And you know, what's happened is I was a hop skipping away from this convention because I go to the Xavier School for the Gifted. And it's right in Rochester, so it's really cool. But I was able to make it over here. And I don't think last time I was prepared for it wasn't snowing last time I was here. It wasn't at all. And so it was raining. There was Blade Runner up in here. When I was leaving for this event, it was like 5 a.m. in LA, and I was like, I wonder what the weather's gonna be like. Because I packed like t-shirts and, you know, bikinis, all that. And I checked the weather. It's 27 degrees. I am so glad my iPhone swooped in and saved me. And I brought my big boy jacket. It was really cool because it could take any kind of weather. I got it originally because I was filming a lot outside and on location and on set outside. And when you're outside on location, I did this movie once where it was so cold that the minute water touched our costumes, it immediately froze. It was that cold. And so I was like, I'm done with this. I'm getting a jacket like a human being. You know, I'm not going to be like this cow that grows an extra, you know, coat of fur or whatever. I can't do that. I'm Asian. I can't grow facial hair. It doesn't work like that. At all. At all. Like I've tried. You feel me? I know you know what I'm talking about. There you go. I'm looking at you guys. Yeah. I can't grow. And then you see... Well, no, I won't go there. But, like, it's hard. It's hard for me to grow facial hair. Now, the other thing is, like, when I was in Hawaii, like, I have kind of, like, yellowy, olivey skin because I'm Asian. And, but my mother is, like, super tan. She's from Vietnam. My mother's tan. Yeah, Vietnam. Yeah. Woo!
Viet Cong.
And so, no, I don't support this. No, we're not, no Viet Cong. I saw someone pulling out their AK. Whoa! Whoa. But they're tan, and my Uncle Dot, he's very tan. My Aunt Lacan, very, very tan. And then like the German side of me is like, no, you're gonna be white. Really white. And so it always gets awkward because people are like, you should get a tan, ha ha. And I'm like, I tried that and I got skin cancer. And I just stare at them and then they cry. But anyway, enough about cancer. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff about what I've been up to lately. For those of you that there may be some people in here that are like, this is the weirdest class I've ever taken. What does he teach? Botany? What's going on? I've been in shows. I'm Death the Kid and Soul Eater. Keroro, Sergeant Frog, Hikaru from Auron. Italy and Italia is Lin from Full Metal Alchemist, Natsu from Fairy Tales. So there's a lot of cool shows. Outside of that, debuting in May, at the end of May, will be our first premiere episode of Star Trek Continues. I play Mr. Spock. And so Captain Kirk is Vic. So he and I get to hang out together, which is fun. It's a lot of fun. In the tribute video, I put commercials. Now there's a little bit of there's one little curse word in it. Okay, is that going to be a problem for anybody?
Is it going to be a problem? Because if it's a problem, I'm going to send you over to TeenHavercorn.com as punishment. You people that don't want to go, you don't like joy and charity, do your own thing. Okay. I sound like a wood. Really?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so here's a sample. So in this tribute video, it was long and I wanted to recreate kind of like a made-for-TV feel. So there are commercials in the tribute video. Then at the end there's going to be a preview, so check it out. Alright, go and play with your brother, little Greg. Tell him to lay off the soda. Get there! You ever love somebody so much that it almost seems like you can't stand to be around them because you might die from affection poisoning? Hi, I'm Todd Habercorn, the inspiration behind several products such as the Todd Habercorn Haberspray Cologne, the Team Habercorn sponsored Todd Habercorn Unicorn Horn Corn Cob, and also the new and improved Todd Habercorn action figure. As many of you realize, Victor and I are swell friends in the convention circuit. But what people may not know is how much respect I have for him outside of his many, many, many convention appearances. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Victor's work. If anyone has more copies of DVDs of shows he's been in than I do, I'd love to meet him. For example, some of my favorite titles he's ever done are... He's done so much with his career. From being one of the first voice actors to work with the experimental phonograph in the 1800s, Dragon Ball Z, his roles are timeless. Some of my favorite roles he's done are... There's a lot. I text and call Victor all the time. In fact, why don't we call him right now? I'm coming for you. Do you hear me, you piece of shit? The bottom line is, Victor and I, we play. We love. I'm gonna throw Victor's name in the hat for president of my heart.
Because if you don't, I'm going to turn into the other guy who you think sounds like a therapist.
So anyway, but there's a lot of cool stuff that goes on when you know we're not out and about doing voiceover and things like that. It's a very scattered existence doing all this, but it's kind of what you want. You want to be working. People want to go into the industry and do some stuff. Do some stuff in the industry. And so I started out doing stage and theater and. I went to college for theater, and I didn't go to RIT. I apologize. Well, your theater department is a little different than the school I went to. Every school has its strengths. And so I went there and I did film there also. And then I stuck with that, and then I became a voice actor just through an audition through my agent. It wasn't something I sought out. And it just kind of happened, and people didn't hate it, and they let me keep doing it, and so I just became a monster. Eat human flesh. Typical Saturday for me. Flesh. How many other people eat flesh? Huh? Yeah. Walking Dead. Lori. Nobody cheers for her. How many people are up to date on Walking Dead? You know what? I hope they take her and they just put her through the ringer.
Through her mouth and shot the face off.
What you doing in that chair? See that syringe over there? It's gonna keep you alive.
That's the first thing I would say to her as I entered that room. But anyway, so if you guys have questions, I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. So let's see. Yes, Black Butler Land.
I had a question about something else you've worked on with Vic and Kent Williams, which was the Zelda Link to the Past project.
Yes. Zelda Link to the Past. For those of you that don't know, they're taking the manga of Zelda and they're animating it like motion comic. And I'm Link.
Oh my god, it's an Angel Link!
Hey, Lisa! And so, of course, there has to be a villain. So Vic is Ganon. And Kent Williams is my uncle in the thing, so it's pretty cool. We've done, I am only involved in that as far as voice acting, and so I'm not involved on the production side of it at all. But I think they did a Kickstarter or something for it at some point. Isn't Kickstarter? Kickstarter is like incredible. It's like some things go, nobody cares. Other things go, like that Veronica Mars thing, $2 million day one. $2 million! I just want $1 million. I won't bug you anymore. Hollywood, just give me $1 million.
Unfortunately, the Kickstarter failed actually because they couldn't get enough people to be interested in it. So.
Oh, and the link thing?
They only got $6,000 out of $15,000.
Oh, really? See, I didn't even know that.
Well, that's it. We haven't heard any word from them on like what's going on since like October of last year because they didn't raise the money.
Oh. Well, good Lord, I hope they get it.
They're getting the word out. So.
We've got to get the Triforce. You've got to save Zelda so she can get lost again, and I can go save her again. It's kind of my profession, I guess. Yes.
Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
Thank you so much right now!
Hello. That was good. Pikachu! What is your question? Who?
Of course I can. I was thinking about some pasta just before you said that.
The next question will be from Canada. You have the floor. Bring me your Tim warden. Bring me your maple dipped items. Bring me your pots.
Okay, hands.
That's the panel tonight at 11. Not the panel at 1.
Sorry, my pants are mine. With Vicky Catalio, do you and the other voice actors get along, and do you guys think of yourselves as a big family?
You know, at Funimation, which is where we did Italia, we're all a huge dysfunctional family. Because we've known each other for years.
Do you love Germany?
I mean, it's cool. We've known each other for years. And so we've worked together, we've been through each other's ups and downs, we've been to each other's weddings, we've been to each other's house parties, and we've had kids, and we've seen the kids, and I was a doctor that delivered one of the kids, and it totally wasn't legal. I wasn't even allowed in the hospital. I just snuck in and cosplayed as a doctor and thought it might be fun. I didn't know the baby I would be delivering would be Mike McFarland. He's grown up to be a great kid, though. He's been really great. But yeah, we don't get to hang out as much as probably one might think. When we work on a show together, we don't actually get to voice together. So we voice singly in the booth by ourselves, unless it's like a Wallace session, like there's a big crowd scene, or like we're doing a commentary. But we get to, you know, we hang out outside that. We hang out at cons. That's why when we come to cons, we really hang out, is because that's really the only time we get to see each other. So it's always funny when I hear a voice actor's like, oh, it'd be great to work on that show with you. It's like, we're really not ever going to work together on it, really. Unless it's like Prelay, like something like Prelay for Young Justice, or you know, shows like that where you're all recording together, you know, which is fun. But yeah, we're a big dysfunctional happy family. The next question will come from you in the pink wig.
There are three there. There are three. Which one?
The very neon pink wig.
Have you seen the new Italia season and the new animation?
I haven't seen the new animation. I know it's coming.
Well, it's already out.
Well, I mean, yes, it's already out. But I have not seen the animation yet. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll get to see it one day, because that'll mean we're dubbing it. Naruto!
I was wondering, all the characters you do the voices for, which one do you feel is most likely that you identify the most with?
Probably Natsu. Because I sometimes, if I don't get a lot of sleep or something, man, I've got a temper, and it seems like I could control fire. Probably, and also he's very brash, and you know, does things haphazardly, but also really cares about the people in his circle. So I don't have a whole lot of people in my circle, but the people that are in my circle, I will take a bullet in a non-vital region for them. The next question will be from right there. I'm looking at you. I know my eyes look like they're shut, but it's because I'm Asian.
From Soul Eater, what's your favorite kid line?
Oh, my favorite kid line. My favorite kid line.
Do it in the voice.
Wait a minute. What's that stain on the floor? It looks like it's in the shape of Vic Mignogna, and it's very asymmetrical.
That's my favorite line. Ghostbuster.
What started your love affair with Vic?
Well, we had a couple of ramenade. You know, we were feeling loose. We were feeling happy-go-lucky, peachy keen. Start passing around the pocky. Things start getting crazy. That's a Friday night. You wake up at Sunday, and he's in my will, and I'm in his. I don't know how we got there, but I'm along for the ride. Yes. In the red jacket up top.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is I'm gonna pop some tags. $100 in my pocket. Walk into the club like, what up? Never mind. Ice in the fringe, looking so damn frosty. People say, damn, that's a cold ass. Never mind. Rolling in hella deep, running to the mezzanine. Okay. Let's see. Black Butler.
I know, okay. I'm trying to word this so it doesn't sound weird, but I noticed that you also play a video game character, Micah, from Moon Factory 3. How exactly did you get the role?
It was I believe it was just a...
Aside from you, Caitlin Glass also plays one of the other characters, and you two are the only ones that I've noticed in the whole series of the Moon Factories that play those characters that I know.
Yeah, we went to China to record that actually. So I believe I just got a phone call about it. I think there might have been an audition, but sometimes you just get called and you get cast in the role. Like with D. Gray Man. What happened with that show, Sabat was walking in the halls of Funimation and he walked towards me and he goes, hey, I think there'd be this show you'd be good at. It's called D. Gray Man. I want you to be Alan. And oh, by the way, I want you to direct it. I was like, oh, okay, and that's how that was done. Edward, Elric. You. Yes.
Can I have a hug?
2 hugs in 1 day.
Only 1 hug.
Yes, you can have a hug. Come on over and open your arms. And here I come. Or here you come, sorry. I'm not motion sick, but I am emotion sick. Yeah. Oh, you just broke my heart. Why did you think I put it back together? Do it now, or you forget. Put it back together. No Girl Scout cookies for you.
I don't need to buy my own cookies.
Whoa! OMG. Actually, I don't really like those new mango cookies. They're not very good. I don't really like them. You don't sound good. You don't need to. Like, shut the front door. Those aren't good cookies.
The next question will be from the dapper gentleman right there.
Well then. Your character, Death the Kid, has a lot of weird quirks and hang-ups. Do you have any weird quirks or hang-ups?
I like to be a neat freak a little bit. When you walk into my place, it's pretty clean, and like everything has a spot. I have quirks about technology. I love technology, and I want to get the latest and greatest of anything. I'm pretty obsessive about trying to work out and staying in the gym because why? The next question. Yes, ma'am. Yes, at the top with the yellow wing. Oh. Sure. Okay, I'll go boom, and then I'll go boom. Okay. Favorite anime that I've ever voiced, Fairy Tail. I think is it's Sergeant Frog and Fairy Tail are the toss-up, and D. Gray Man, and Soul Eater. Can they combine and be called Sergeant D. Gray Soul Tail? I like all those. Yes. Favorite part about working on Oron is
The longing of the voice.
Yeah, we.
Oh, yeah.
my favorite part actually, it was after the show was recorded when we debuted the show. We premiered it at Anime Expo, and we were all there, and it was like my first big, like, wow, this is cool. And we go out there, and all the fans were there, and everyone was having a great time, and we wore our Oron jackets and stuff. It was pretty groovy. I gotta say, that was my favorite part. I have time for a few more. And I'm going to speed answer them. I'm going to take this challenge. Keep your hands up, okay? I'm going to answer this many questions in under 5 minutes. This many. Keep your hands up, okay? Okay. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go. Okay? I'm going to laser shoot it. Go.
Can you say now I've got a fire in my belly? That's not good.
Now I've got a fire in my belly. Yes.
What was your favorite part of voice acting, Lang?
Out of all voice acting?
Of Lang.
Of Lang? That Mike McFarlane walked into the booth one day and said, hey, I've got a role for you. He's a prince. He's in a show that we're doing. I'm like, what show is it? And he goes, it's Full Metal. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I find out, it's Lang. Yes.
Will you give my sister a high five when this is over?
Yes, a high five to you. Yes.
Yes. Have you played any villains?
I've played a ton of villains. You should check it out. And I've played a villain in life. I scare children in playgrounds regularly. Yes. Any of them. Yes.
Let's sing the Germany song in Italia.
Well, I had myself in this year and the Japanese version and Brina in this year, so it's hard to remember the song, but it was weird having all those voices in my head that weren't my own. Yes.
It's my twin sister's birthday. Can you sing Happy Birthday for her?
Oh my God.
What's your twin sister's name?
Aaron.
Aaron, happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you, Aaron. I'm a Torah Khan. Happy birthday to you. Aperture. Little stupid effing Kululu. Yes. What's that? If I had to pick a sidekick? Fluffy sidekick. Oh, Vic. Yes. The character with the strangest lines? Probably Skune from Rosario Plus Vampire. I've never seen a more lovey-dovey, nerdy kid. That was me, actually. Yes. Huh?
Did your mother give you a Vietnamese name?
My Vietnamese name, well, Todd means fox. So she was like, oh, there's your Vietnamese name. Yes.
What would Dusty Kid's reaction be to the Hitachi twins symmetry?
Oh my God. Door shut. Yes.
How do you think an interaction between Italy and Spock would go?
That's logic. Come here and let me give you a nerve pinch. Yes.
Okay. If you really had to do Hikaru and Kaoru scene in real life, would you want to sleep with a voice actor next to you?
Is it Tara Strong? Yes. Yes. See it, huh?
Favorite Alan line and favorite Ling line?
Favorite Ling line?
Alan.
Sorry, no speaking English. Favorite Alan line? Bring forth salvation to this tormented Akuma's soul. Yes. Oh yeah, I love eating fire. I love eating pretty much anything that I can stick in my mouth because I'm going to use it for energy. Yes.
How do you feel about the moat people?
Yeah, the moats. Highly unsymmetrical. Last question.
What is the strangest line that you've had for Hikaru?
Strangest line I've had. Anything involving any kind of ancestral yaoi. Folks, I answered every single question in under 5 minutes. I told you I could do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming to this panel. I had a blast. I hope to see you later today. There's another autograph session. Please come. Thank you all for everything. I love you.
WeRiseMag.com